And outdated racial pandering is one reason Democrats lose elections. When Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi put on kente cloth, I don't think it earned them one vote for their powerful emotional ties to Ghana.
So, yeah, Bill Maher, now once in a while he gets it right. And it seems like he's getting it right here. He is very right with this. I think that's funny. When I saw this, I was irritated. I remember, my God, y'all, that summer was so annoying. It was so annoying. But he's really getting it right here. Gotta hand it to him.
Here in California, we're now segregating kidnapping. Really. California doesn't just have Amber Alerts for missing children. We have Ebony Alerts for Black children and Feather Alerts for Native American kids. What is that? We look for them by listening on the ground?
That's a good point. You know, that is a good point too. So that's the thing. All of this racial pandering, it does nothing. It does absolutely nothing. Maybe if you said, well, we're breaking it down in categories so we can get more people to work on finding these missing kids, I might give you that, but that's not what y'all are doing. Y'all are just breaking it down in category to act like you care, you know, and that doesn't work, right? So he has every right to make that point. We have big problems in this country. We do. And now you're like making it cute, Ebony Alert, Feather Alert.
Look, even if you like identity politics, this kind of thing is antiquated. From 2010 to 2020, the number of people identifying as multiracial in America went up 276%. 1 in 5 newlyweds now are in an interracial marriage, and that number goes up to 100% in ads for Subaru.
Hollering, yeah, because the commercials. You want to know what I don't like is the obvious switch up, the inorganic feeling of what they're doing. And by what I mean by that is, I'll never forget the day Joe Biden was inaugurated, every commercial was mixed race commercial. It was every single commercial, to the point where even my best friend, she noticed it. Now, and I'm more sensitive, like hyper sensitive to those kind of things, like paying attention to those kind of things that talk about it, right? But I was like, this is just so obvious. And I hate when people do fake things like that. Like, you don't have to do that. This is not a win. It's a fake W. Because guess what? The hood is still the hood. So it doesn't matter if the Subaru commercials have a black man and a white woman in it. There are still babies dying in the hood. So what are we talking about here? What are we doing here?
You couldn't do a remake of Guess Who's Coming to Dinner today because almost 100% of Americans approve of interracial marriage, especially with rich in-laws. And 95% of white women would leave their husband to marry Idris Elba.
That was kind of funny. That was kind of funny. We'll move on a little bit. I just thought it was pretty cool that Bill Maher decided to take on the subject. And he's not holding back. And I think that more people should be like that. I think that this whole notion of, oh, you can't say this, cancel culture, you can't say that. No, people need to say what they're thinking and how they feel. There's nothing wrong with that, because we have bigger problems in this country. And if we can't talk about the minor stuff without somebody, quote, fake canceling someone, then how are we ever going to get to the real issues, the big issues? How? And also, guys, please don't forget to hit the like button, and please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.
2/3 of Republican voters support weed legalization. And 40, yeah. And 41% of Democrats own or live with someone who owns a gun. Miss Marvel is Pakistani, and the winner of the last 2 NBA dunk contests is white.
Good for him. I can't stand Miss Marvel. By the way, secondly, you see the mixture, because the thing is, I think today, too, people, we all just want the same thing, and we know that. You know, I think this whole thing about putting people in race boxes and categories is kind of almost done purposely to create a divide. I know y'all have heard that many times, but he's making a lot of logical points here. He is.
The new Captain America is black, and Spider-Man is black and Puerto Rican, just like AI George Washington.
Yeah, when you get into the comics, I don't like what they do with that. I don't, you know. Here we go. Here we go.
LGBTQ organization called gays for Trump. And why wouldn't there be? Gays love drag queens.
That was funny. That was good. So basically, Bill went on his monologue and he basically kept it real, talked about life, how it is, you know, because all of this other infighting and waste of time arguing about things that, you know, I don't want to say don't matter, but the categories in the boxes. Listen, everybody has a heritage. And look, I love learning about like German American heritage, Irish American, because I say that because like the people who live here, they live in America, but they're like Irish or whatever, you know, or any other heritage. Like I love that. But when people are pushing this thing where like, oh, we're forced, let's have ebony alerts and feather alerts. It's like this divide that does nothing but gaslight people to think that this is a W, but we still have the alerts. There's kids that are missing. So are we solving anything or are we just playing around?